Hello everybody, and welcome to part one of my series of my trip to Orlando. Personally, I think this is one of the most intense trips of my life that I've ever taken. It was some of the most intense 8 days of my life for me. It was so grueling, it was so intense, and you're gonna be able to see everything, but overall, I had an amazing time, and obviously, I've rarely gone out of state. I've rarely gone out of California. I think this is my third time that I've left the state. 6 years ago, I went to Mexico for 2 weeks. Didn't go so well. Last year, as you all know, I went to New York, which was an incredible experience. And this year, I went to Orlando, and I technically stayed there for twice as much as I did in New York. And honestly, it was so intense. It was so crazy. But overall, I had a lot of fun, and I am so happy that I was able to film and document everything that I lived through in this trip. And obviously, because I didn't go alone, it was a family trip. I don't like using that word. I don't know, personal reasons. I don't like using that word, but it was I didn't go alone, so I didn't really talk too much in my videos, but that's why I'm here. I really want to take the time to sort of narrate what I lived through, what I went through, how things went. So I'm here to be the narrator for my trip, and I'm going to do the same thing for all the other parts of the series. And I cannot wait to share with you guys this entire trip, which was just crazy and insane and emotional. Yes, emotional too. And yeah, let's just get right into it. Alright, so things start off in the morning of Friday, July 6th with me packing everything and making sure everything is sorted and ready. I decided not to eat too much because if not, I get really nauseous and everything's just gonna come out. So then after that, after sorting everything out, we left. It was like noon, and we were actually surprisingly late because usually with airports, you're supposed to get there like 3 hours early, 5 hours early. We got there 15 minutes early, so technically it, but it still gave me enough time to drink my chamomile. Honestly, here's the issue with me with security. I do not like going through security. This is why I am aiming to buy a private jet just to not go through TSA, because honestly, it is so grueling and intense and crazy to go through security because they don't even cooperate with me being nervous already. Like, I'm already anxious and nervous to get on a plane, and on top of that, a lot of the security people that are in the TSA security check do not cooperate with helping me out with not being so nervous. So things don't always go right when it comes to the TSA. And really prepare myself for a 5-hour plane ride, because it's not that I don't do well in planes, it's just the anticipation of a plane ride that just gets me really nervous. So that's why I don't do well going to the airport, but once I'm on the plane, I'm fine and it's all good. Also, in case you didn't catch this strap that I have on, this is actually a anti-motion sickness strap. So this prevents me from feeling nauseous or anxious while any trip, whether it's boat or car or plane. It keeps me from vomiting and being nauseous. That really helped me a lot, and it literally felt like I was on drugs, which was amazing.
6.5 hours later,
I landed in Orlando, and from the get-go, I'm just gonna say it already started intense. Basically, we got there at midnight, everything was closed. We got the rental car. By the way, if you're wondering, we got a Ford Flex. I didn't get one, they got one, but honestly, from the start, everything just started to get really intense, especially with like hotel, because we didn't really know which hotel we were staying at. We went to one hotel that says no, it's the other one. We went to another one, they told us no, it's the other one. We went to the other one, they told us you're staying in one of the houses that we have here. And by houses, I mean it's like these really huge room apartments that I regret not filming. I really wanted to film them, but I just forgot because everything, like I said, got so intense and I didn't really have time to think or process anything. This is like, by the way, this isn't like the only part of the room. There's a living room, there's a kitchen, there's another room, there's a huge bath, there's a huge shower. I'm gonna do a whole room tour in a little bit, but now I'm gonna edit the video that should have gone up on Friday, so what up on Saturday, because Friday was just crazy, so I'm gonna edit and upload that right now as fast as I can, and then we can get on with the day. Not too much is gonna happen today, but just enough is gonna happen for me to film it. So we weren't going to do any amusement parks until Monday because we wanted to kind of start by taking baby steps in Orlando and then after that doing the big stuff. So we decided to go to this mall that was near our hotel, and we were intending on going to the Crayola experience, but it closed at 7 p.m. and it was 6 when we got there. By the way, everything closed really early there, which is so weird. Nothing changed. I just went into Sephora, got shampoo that I needed, and a new sponge to clean myself. Around the perfect dark section looking at stuff to get. So then after the Crayola experience was closed, I decided to take my younger siblings to M&M's World, which was really far from Crayola, by the way. That mall was huge, and honestly I think that's what kind of fueled what you guys will see in the upcoming episodes of this series, was kind of this feeling that I was kind of going there as a nanny and not to actually have fun, which I know it's crazy, but that's kind of how it felt. But either way, we had fun there, and they got a collective coin from M&M's, which I put in my own quarters for. But look, it looks pretty. It looks pretty. That's all that matters. So now it's Sunday, and this time we did have intentions to go to the Crayola experience because we weren't able to go yesterday. I'm making myself a coffee. This vlog is very interesting, isn't it? I have a problem with sugar, so yeah, making myself a coffee, and then I'm gonna go eat. I'm currently at the mall, by the way. I'll show you what I'm doing in a minute. I'm speechless right now, by the way, so I don't really want to talk because I'm a little bit uncomfortable. Okay, bye. So this was a cool thing that they had there, where if you placed yourself in front of this monitor, the crayons in front of you would imitate the movements that you made. And as you can see, the crayon in front of me has its hand in front because it's as if I'm holding the vlogging camera. And you also get to create your own crayon color, not the actual color, but the actual name of the crayon. So I decided to name mine after my cat because, as you will obviously tell throughout this vlog, I missed my animals very much, and I just felt animal sick, like homesick, but animal sick. So you can see I named it Denise. And then there was this station where you were able to draw something and it would pop up on the screen. I drew that shark because why not? And it was also a template. I didn't even draw it. It was a template. And here's actually the cool part where you were able to color these paper butterflies, and then somebody who worked there would put them there and they would actually dance through magnets, and you're going to see that right now. And it looks really, really awesome and pretty insane. And in 3, 2, 1, wait. There we go. So then after that we went to the station where you could actually melt an actual crayon and make a much more different mold of the wax. So I opted for a car. Then my little sister and my mom decided to opt out for a ring, which you guys will see in a little bit. And it was actually really cool how it made it. So it literally melted it in seconds. It melted the crayon in seconds, and the wax started dripping from the top and making the mold into whatever the shape of it was. And it turns out to be a real functioning crayon. And then after that, that's actually how the entire Crayola experience looks.
It's actually really big, and then the letters right there, obviously. I just wanted to get a really cool shot of the letters because I thought it would make a really nice shot afterwards, and it did.
So overall, my experience being in the Crayola experience, I thought it was really fascinating, and it was so cool, and it was so awesome. And I think I liked the fact that it was truly an experience, and there was something to do at every single corner. There was no empty space where there was absolutely nothing to do. Every single corner and everywhere you turned, there was something to do, so kids wouldn't get bored, I wouldn't get bored, adults wouldn't get bored, although technically the same thing, but you know what I mean. There was something everywhere. Everywhere there was something, whether it was, you know, put your own name on a crayon, or, you know, draw something and it'll pop up on the screen, or draw something and it'll turn into AI, or, you know, make a kaleidoscopic video, or pretend like there's like or like go in front of a screen and it looks like there's crayon just like dripping all over you, or create a different type of like crayon mold or stuff like that. And there was this like scavenger hunt activity that you were supposed to do, which I didn't film, by the way. I should have filmed it, but I forgot to. But you know what I mean, there was something to do at every single corner. So my overall analysis is that if you are going to the Florida Mall while you're in Orlando, I suggest going to the Crayola experience because you're gonna have a lot of fun and there's a lot of cool things to do. There was also a live show that happens in one of the theaters there where you can actually see how they actually make the Crayola crayon, not crayon, not cream, crayon. And there's an actual woman who works for Crayola and making the crayons and the colors and the pigment and everything, and she's there and she has all the machinery that they use to make the crayons, and she makes them there in front of everybody. And then after the show, which is actually a really nice thing, I still actually, by the way, thinking of it now, where are those crayons? Like, I don't know in what suitcase they went in, but you basically get the crayons that she made for you after the show. So she comes out of the stage, she comes with a huge basket of the crayons she just made in front of you, and they're really warm actually. Once they're done, they're actually really warm, and she hands them out to everybody, and they work really well. And I suggest you do that as well when you're there. And then also we bought a 2-pound huge crayon, which honestly, shopping when you have limited luggage storage is a really big dilemma, but we were able to work it out, aka we bought a different luggage. But it was this huge 2-pound crayon. It's insane. Actually, let me go get it for you. So I got a note in my baggage after I picked it up that the TSA looked through my bag because he saw something suspicious. It was this comically large 2-pound special edition giant crayon, and this vlog certainly turned into an unboxing. This is the crayon. This is America. This is the crayon. This is a 2-pound candy apple red crayon. What I don't like is that it's not even an actual red crayon. It's a candy apple red crayon. There's difference in the colors, people, but it's an actual working crayon. Let me see. Do I have a paper? Yes, I do. Let's put it in this. As you can see, it actually works. It's an actual, oh girl, look at that pigment, girl. That is so pigmented. It's an actual working crayon. I'm surprised this did not get destroyed through the trip back home, but it seems to be in really good condition. It has that crayon smell as well from school, which just brings up horrible memories. But you know what? It's Crayola, and there was a lot more colors than this one. There was a black huge crayon, there was a blue one, there was a green one, there was a pink one, there was a purple one, there was an orange one. Any color except the metallics, it was right there. And then also in the center of all of the Crayola experience, there was the world's largest crayon. It was 17 feet long, and I don't know how many pounds it was, but it was definitely this times 1,000. Yes, this times 1,000. It was huge, it was massive, it was under a glass box. I thought I was going to be able to touch it and probably test that it was real, but Obviously, since it's the only one in existence, they're not gonna bring it out of the box. But that was a huge one, and overall I recommend you go there if you're there, especially if you have small children. And next, after our trip to the Crayola experience, we actually went to a different place that was on the other side of the city, which is called a Wonderworks or Wonder World. I think it was Wonderworks, where it was this building that was upside down. I've never seen anything like it, although the contents inside do look similar to certain places that are here in LA. But overall, it was an incredible experience, and you're about to see that right now.
So as you can see, that is Wonderworks. It is literally a building that is built upside down, and every little detail is perfect, and it's pristine, and it's amazing. And even the palm trees look upside down, the street looks upside down, everything looks upside down and so cool inside, and it's just it's insane.
I got distracted by our yummy pizza and missed a gigantic tornado. It hit up our science lab, carried it across the ocean, and it landed right here, smack dab in the middle of Orlando.
Also, just a note for what you're about to see. If you have small children, do not take them through this entrance, because at least my younger siblings did not want to go through this little tunnel that you're supposed to go through to enter.
Oh God. Oh my God. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, one glimpse of that, and they did not want to go inside. So this actually was really cool. It was like a bubble lab where you were able to make super huge bubbles, and it was actually really cool and also really hazardous because there were so many children that were slipping and falling down. And honestly, that was just a huge capture for me. But even I was able to put myself inside a bubble, and there obviously you can tell that I was really missing my cat that day because that looks like my cat. And then there was also this like VR AI sands that if you pick up something, it actually knows that you picked it up, and it'll stay just in the palm of your hand. It won't move anywhere else. And you're about to see that I think I picked up a starfish, or was it a fish? No, it was a starfish, and you can see it's as if it was actually in the palm of my hand, which is actually really cool. Then you put it down, and it's as if it was down again. And then I'm gonna try it out with a fish. As you can see, the fish will only move around my hand, which is insane, and I don't know how they did that. That was crazy. Even the sand moves on the bottom. And then there was this, I guess, a roller, which you can move the images a lot more quicker or a lot more slower depending on how fast you want it to go. And yep, there's the sun. Kind of odd how they didn't put the flat earth in those images, but you know what, I'm not here to judge, and I'm not here to do their job. But that was really cool. And then this right here, it was basically them trying to take my loose change with making me roll a coin all the way down. Did I ever see that coin again? No, sir, I did not see that coin ever again after that. But you know what? I gave them a small donation of 25 cents.
Reserve. Their horns are positioned back.
I was not made for Florida weather.